Welcome back. In this week's Up Close With, we chat with Pauline Tsang of Larry Jewelry, who, in spite of not having any experience in retail or in jewelry, took charge of the family business 3 years ago. So how is the former auditor handling all the challenges that she has to contend with? Money Mind's Ellen Lokajaya finds out.
Diamonds may be a girl's best friend, but for Pauline Tsang, these glittering jewels are more about business than anything else. Her family owns Hong Kong-listed Etonite Jewelry, a supplier of high-quality jewelry to retailers and wholesalers. The company acquired Larry Jewelry in 2011 to expand into the retail sector of the jewelry business. She became involved in her family business in 2010 and is now the interim CEO of the company. Her experience as an auditor and in the financial sector helped her understand how to run the family business, but she admits that she's had to face some challenges in the beginning.
Actually, I'm not from the jewelry background nor the retail background, so these are the most important challenges that I'm facing already, because jewelry is actually a very technical business, because I have no experience in looking at the jewelry. I only know about the 4 C's, but there's a lot of things we need to learn about that. And the most other important thing is to manage and stabilize the team, to ensure that every team member, they can maintain the team spirit and to help the new boss run the company. Because every time when there's any acquisition, there's always some nervousness. The team will feel very nervous because we actually don't know who the new boss is and how they will manage the company. So the first thing we need to do is to stabilize the team, because we treasure each staff is the company's asset. And the second thing is how to bring the team together, how to bring the team work well together. And this is to synergize the old management versus the new management. We also need to do that.
So just like earlier you mentioned how Etonite bought over Larry in 2010. Can you tell me what was the decision behind that?
The decision behind that is that we actually see Larry has a very big room to grow. Firstly, because Larry doesn't have a lot of outlets or shop locations, and it seems more easier to manage to help expand furthermore. And then the second thing, I myself like jewelry a lot, so I think it is a very interesting business for me and a very challenging business for me. And the third thing is at that time the macro environment for jewelry or for luxurious items is booming. You can see that in Hong Kong especially 90% of the stores are actually jewelry stores or watches chain. So we can see that there's a very high room for improvement. And fourthly is that Larry itself, it hasn't actually expanded a lot in the past several years. And so we see that there's a very large Chinese market that we need to capture. So after Larry becomes a listed company, we have more resources to do these expansions. So we actually see that Larry is a very good investment for us.
You mentioned earlier you're trying to expand to China. I mean, what kind of strategies are you trying to get into the market with there?
Our first step is that we had opened a VIP lounge in Beijing, in one of the fine 5-star hotels. We opened a VIP lounge in May. And that is the first step we need to expand in China, because for cost effectiveness, the marketing dollars in China is very, very huge. It's a lot larger. Doing advertisement pays a lot higher amount than Hong Kong and Singapore. And so we believe that opening a store, we can give some shop presence to the China consumers who may not know us, and it will be beneficial because some of the visitors, the usual question is, do you have any store in China? And the second step is to educate the consumers on what kind of positioning Larry is It's a fine jewelry, and it has a fine heritage with the best quality and craftsmanship and design and exquisite design.
And you're driving this revamp pretty much of how Larry is going to be viewed and positioned. I mean, can you talk to me, how was it before, like, when people view Larry jewelry, and how do you want to change that perception?
In Hong Kong, Larry's perception is a very fine jewelry and a trustful brand. But the people may think that, it may be a grandmother's brand, to be honest. So that's what we're trying to revamp in Hong Kong. We want to rejuvenate the brand. We want to re-engineer the brand, that it becomes a highly recognized brand in Asia, especially that we actually have a few regions. We're not only a shop in Hong Kong. We have other shops in Singapore and in China as well. So we want to build this brand as a very international brand. But in Singapore it's different, because Singapore, Larry has established itself very well, and it's already the top fine jewelers and local jewelers in Singapore. And so the most important thing is to make our regions aligned.
In addition to changing the look and feel of its stores, the company is also hoping to target a new generation of customers as well.
We are focusing firstly on the existing customers. This is the core customers that we have connected already. So we have spent a lot of effort in producing new designs to attract them coming back, to increase the recurring rate. The second type of customers we are trying to expand and focus is the younger generation. These may include younger generation from existing customers, or the young cosmopolitan ladies or the executives. And the third target consumers is also the PRC, or the Indonesian or the Malaysian wealthy customers. And we see that there's a lot of potential from here.
So what is your outlook for the jewelry market going forward?
The outlook. I think jewelry market itself has very high potential growth, because for example, in the China region, they are getting more and more affluent. So the most affluent people, they already have very, very high standards. They now, the most richest people in China, they don't come to Hong Kong. They may fly out to Europe to get the extraordinary jewelry. They know already how to go to the mines to get the jewelry, to get the raw material themselves. So there's a very high potential, because the first tier customers, like from the well-known cities like Beijing and Shanghai, they already know about jewelry. But there's a lot of second, third, fourth provinces that it's building up their potential.
And that's our show for this week. Thanks for watching. If you have questions or comments, do drop us a line on at channelnewsasia.com/moneymind. Find us too on Facebook. Goodbye.